ZILA's vision is to replace toxic products consumers use every day with non-toxic, environmentally friendly products made from carbon-sequestering renewable resources. In doing so, we will be protecting consumers' lives, improving safety for manufacturing workers, and helping rural agricultural communities remain viable. One type of toxic plastic that is found in an overwhelming amount of consumer products is epoxy resin. Traditional epoxy resins are made from fossil fuels and contain a cocktail of industrial chemicals, including bisphenol A, also known as BPA. The major route for human exposure to BPA is through eating food or drinking water stored in containers made with it.
Epoxy resins are also used in making composites. Think composite wings on a Boeing 787, fiberglass boats made in the Puget Sound, or skis and snowboards sold at REI.
Manufacturing workers in the Pacific Northwest are exposed to BPA from inhaling dust and skin absorption. ZILA has developed a patent-pending, 100% BPA-free bio-epoxy resin made from industrial hemp oil.
Our product is made from a carbon-sequestering renewable resource. We are currently in the R&D phase, validating that all of its other characteristics meet or exceed that of a typical epoxy resin. We are on track to complete our prototype by the end of the year.
My name is Jason Purkel, CEO and co-founder of ZILA. ZILA is supported by a team with extensive backgrounds and networks in the industry, as well as an advisory board of industry professionals.
Jason has a really intense backstory. He was wrongfully imprisoned in a Nicaraguan dungeon for 2 years.
I was freed because of a grassroots campaign that began right here in the Pacific Northwest. I've dedicated my life to giving back to the community that helped set me free. Evan Boucher is our COO. Evan is an experienced technical engineer.
I spent several years manufacturing products throughout Asia, including several years making skis near Guangzhou in South China. What motivates me is the understanding that Western consumer cycles set the curve for the developing world.
Industrial hemp is in the same cannabis family as marijuana, however it contains very little THC. Hemp, like flax, is grown outdoors in high volume, producing 4 to 12 tons of biomass per acre. Hemp is an agricultural commodity, grown in 30 countries around the world. Washington farmers were able to put hemp seeds in the ground for the first time this summer, and we want to make sure that they can sell their crops. In 2014, the global demand for epoxy resins was $8 billion. The demand in North America alone was $1 billion and growing. There are only a few companies that have been able to create a bio-based epoxy resin. However, none of these competitors have been able to get above 41% bio-based. They all still use BPA in their mix, and they don't have the other benefits that come from hemp agriculture. Our entry point into the market is the outdoor industry.
Skis are a perfect test piece because they are easy to produce, require high standards of performance, and there are already organizations like Protect Our Winters screaming for sustainable alternatives like our bio-based resin.
Our resin is price competitive, and manufacturers do not need to change anything in the production of their products.
Entry in the outdoor industry will allow us to generate revenues, gain traction, and prove viability in order to reach other industries.
We recently received a $100,000 grant from the EPA to create a ski prototype using our resin. The EPA recognized the broader impacts of our technology in the environment, safety, and health. We anticipate break even by the end of our second year of full commercial production. We are ZILA, revolutionizing consumer products with renewable resources for the protection of the environment and the well-being of our community.